Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel.
Whoopsie.
In our channel, normally we don't say hoopsie, but we do talk first about personal finance with family of 4 live in Sydney, recording our journey to achieve FIRE. It may take 10 years or plus or shorter, I don't know.
I don't know. We just go through the flow, if a flow about our life, and figured, you know what, if you are going through towards your financial freedom, these little tips and tricks hopefully helps you in any way possible. If it does, do subscribe and comment, thumbs up, that'll be muchly appreciated. So, in today's video, we're going to talk about
Budgeting 101, back to the basic.
back to the basics.
Because it seems like a lot of people, they don't have budget or they don't know how to start. And they don't know, well, my income is that, I spend that much.
It's never been taught in school.
No.
It's never been a topic conversation like throughout our family journey.
No.
Well, with my parents, I never sit down and go, hey, how's it going with your money?
No, they don't. They just keep saving.
So, yeah, and then keep it saving for rainy day. So
Yeah.
what does that mean?
You save it and then, I like this one, so can I buy it? I can buy it, right? Can I?
So I figured, you know what, let's break it down. Go, why do we need a budgeting and how does it work? How is that related with everyday expense, with our money and whatnot? Because we weren't taught, you kind of need to learn this as you go along in life.
And I think it's more practical once you're working in this society. Then you know money coming in and how much you're paying, and it has to be more independent. Because when you're dependent, it's different. When you're dependent, for example, if you're living with your parents, then your budget may be different.
Correct.
Or if you got parents to look after, your budget will be different as well.
That's it.
But the budget we're talking about is just very general, and we think that it works for everyone. But our budget is slightly different as well. But this one is general rule of thumb that people should use.
Please be mindful though, this is based on our personal experience. Our experience is bound to be different than yours. So without ado, let's go through it, straight to it. First one would be how to budget money. So there are certain, I guess, little criteria where you can start. First of all, finding out your income after tax.
Yes.
So for us, we thought when you're earning a full-time for this amount of money, that's the whole entire lot.
With tax.
With tax.
And super.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Sometimes I guess plus this or without this or that, and at the end of the day is how much do you actually earn per week? And then from that amount, you can figure out what are you going to plan with that money. You can every week, you can spend it all.
No, don't do that.
That's part of your budgeting. Maybe you can spend it all. But for us, no, you need to actually figure out where are you going to allocate that fund.
Yes. So there is a rule called 50, 30 and 20 rule that works most for the people. So which means 50% you pay with your necessity, 30% with your want, and then 20% is your saving. Ours is a bit different, but you can do your ratio whatever you want, but this is the rule. Majority of the people do it.
We teach our kids the same thing. You just have to split it 3 ways. It doesn't matter which way is 3 ways. That's the starting point of it.
Yes.
So allow 50% of your income goes towards things that you need. For example,
accommodation. Transportation. Insurance.
Basics, housing, housing basics, whether it's a rent, if you're paying a mortgage, basic utilities, your
water, gas, electricity, internet, phone bills.
That's it. Transportation, if you're using public transport, your Opal card in Sydney anyway.
Uber, taxi, share ride sharing.
And if you have any minimum payment, let's say, if you have into a
car
debt.
loan, yes.
So what is the expenses on that? What is the typical of your repayment is going to be? And then if you have children, how much is the expenses on them? Oh man. Good old days. So that's your 50% of your income should go towards that area. So and then the next stage would be
the 30%.
The 30%. in things that you want.
So we just had a quick chat. Whoa, that's pretty generous, 30%. For us, maybe just 10.
we don't have that amount.
We should.
Figure.
We should. Like want, for example, if we're going for a date night, we can put the kids in at like some other activities for them to play around.
Yeah. And you don't feel guilty if you have that.
No,
you should have some sort of percentage, maybe depending where you are in life. I mean, obviously, if you have a lot more debt, your things that you want, maybe reduce that.
Yes.
And then maybe the other way around, as soon as you pay off that debt, have a celebration, maybe increase that for that particular week. You know, when you hit a certain milestone, you might want to add more, or you might want to add less, or if there's an event, you know, you
so
tweak
you just
it.
have to adjust.
Yeah, you tweak it accordingly, depending where you are in life.
That's right.
So,
and then the last 20% is for your saving or your debt repayment, if you have any. Of course, I'll say you should pay off all your debt before you have any want or saving, because it's the interest rate with a snowball effect. So it's just not going to help you to get anywhere faster, but it's the other way to pull you back from being financial independent. So that 20%, you either pay off your loan, like car loan, personal loan, or credit card. Or if you've done it already, you save it, for example, a house or a new car or a wedding.
Upgrade. Yeah.
Yes, just something in the future, and you can look forward to it. It's a bigger item.
So for us, there is actually different priorities where you are in life. You know, some of this is not in any order as I guess in a way we just will look at it. This is our key points, I guess.
Yes.
For example, having priority number one, having an emergency fund. That would be somewhere within that 100% of your income, figuring out how much emergency fund do you need. For us, it's between 3 to 6 months. However, we go a bit beyond that. We went through about 12 months of
thanks to
emergency
COVID.
fund.
Don't want to touch it.
All because of the pandemic.
I think apparently I read some article in Australia. Most of the people, they actually do increase the saving because of COVID. One is worry about uncertainty, and second, you got nowhere to spend the money. We didn't go on any international holiday. We went Gold Coast, but it's still, wow, that's a lot of money.
And then, well, I guess for us, because we didn't have an itchy fingers, we didn't buy a lot of things online. We live in an apartment, so we don't have a lot of stuff. We try to reduce stuff. So that helps having small apartments. You know, and the other one would be prioritizing number 2 would be for your super.
Well, we do that ourselves.
Correct. So not only we have the, I guess, the maximizing at a certain point.
The 15% that in Australia, they allow us to do it. So the company pay 10% and we salary sacrifice 5% of our pay into it. On top of it is after tax, where we got our cash, we put extra money in there too.
So that's part of our budget in a sense.
Yes.
That's part of our, I guess, necessity.
Saving. Oh,
50%.
You see, it's
part
necessity?
Of the 50, you have to do it. Because it's 50%.
Agreement.
So the next one will be if you have any debt, which our biggest debt would be mortgage repayment, let's say.
But those are investment property.
Correct. So if you look at that as a toxic debt, then pay that off. You know, and if you have a credit card or consumer debt or some sort of debt, pay that off as quickly as possible as well. So and it doesn't matter which. I guess when it comes to paying debt, some people go through the interest, whichever one's got the lowest interest, or if not
the high interest. That's how. Well, mathematically, you should pay off the high interest debt first, because they charge you like higher amount of money based on that loan amount. But mentally or psychology way, you should pay it off the smallest amount first, because once you pay off the small amount, it helps you to motivate for you to go for the next debt to pay it off.
So for the smallest amount to the smallest to largest. So let's say, for example, you have 3 or 4 different credit cards, as example. One of them is $200, $400, $600, and then $800. You tackle the $200 one first. Because that way, as soon as that $200 finish, you feel so liberated, and you feel like, oh, I can.
One item less.
One item less, and on top of that, it's like, oh, I can do this. You feel a bit lighter.
Yeah.
And then you pay the next one.
But
So
if on the other hand, if you're trying to pay the $8,000 one first, maybe it would take you 2 years to do it, which means you're still accumulating the interest for the 200, and still in the back of your mind you say, oh my god, I still got 4 cars to pay for. But it's been 2 years. It's the motivation.
Definitely. And then again, saving for retirement, wherever that is for you. I would suggest, I guess, if where we are at the moment, we're on our 30s, late 30s. If we go back again to our 20s or early,
when we start working,
full time, let's say, start thinking about retirement. Start putting away.
Pat your back, finally.
First
time when I met you, no, I don't want to worry. It's like, I don't know if I will die before that.
Yeah,
that's your excuse at
my
the time.
Excuse, it was like that, and then I realized to myself now, like, oh, I shoot myself in the foot now, because we're on our 30s. We have to put a lot more now versus if we have to do it
small amount. Yes.
Yeah. And again, paying off debt as quickly as possible, wherever that is for you, and it's all depending on you.
That's right.
So everyone is in their own way of doing things. You know, this works for us, it might not work for you.
Yeah, that's right.
So hopefully this is information helps you in any way possible. If it does, guys, don't forget to subscribe, comment.
See you next time.
Bye.